When you're flat broke, it's really easy to motivate yourself to work. When you're in that space where if you don't work, you're fucked. You have to go get a shitty job. In those moments, you're really motivated. It's really easy to work. But when you start having more money, or when you start with more money and you can afford to not work now, not make money now, you have money in the bank that you can spend to keep yourself alive, that's when you start procrastinating. When I started my business, I was really motivated, but I went to a point where I had a lot of money in my bank account. And at that point, I started really finding it hard to motivate myself to work. And I probably spent like 6 months struggling to work more than 10 hours a week on my business. What I started doing is I started to figure out that I can use my money to feel like I make a difference in the world, right? I noticed that there's a lot of cats, there's a lot of animals in the world that are suffering, and that really pisses me off. Animals that can't get surgeries because the owners don't have enough money, animals that can't get shelters. And so I started donating a lot of the money I make to charities that help these animals in need. And because I do that, every time that I work since I started doing this, I feel like this surge of motivation, because I feel like the more money I make, the more money I'll be able to give to these charities, and the bigger of a change that I can actually bring. So maybe right now you're not motivated because either you don't need the money right now, you can afford to wait, and maybe you don't feel like what you're doing is significant or meaningful, or you're not passionate about what you're doing. Well, you can find a way to make yourself passionate about the change that you can bring in the world. All right? Think about what you care about. Think about what fucking annoys you about the world. Think about how you can make a difference, how your money can make a difference. And I promise you, man, if you start doing that and you're like me, you're going to start being really motivated. The first week after I started giving money to charity, I was so fucking tired after that because I spent so much energy. I started working like a madman. I had to actually start stopping myself to work too much because I was too motivated. The funny thing is, I probably get more money in the bank account because I give than if I didn't give, because I'm more motivated to make more money, and so I make more money. A lot of influencers, a lot of old guys who teach how to make money, they tell you that it's important to give money. And at first I didn't understand it, but I sort of feel it now. And I wanted to give you that piece of knowledge, of experience of life, and I hope this can help you too. Try this out. It really had a crazy impact compared to what I expected for me, and I believe you should try this out.